Eli, this is Eli's found footage horror movie.
Yeah, yeah, totally flopped.
Uh, good evening, everybody. Cinema Attacks Live. My name is Tom. That's a very loud, annoying sound. I don't know what that was. What's it going? James is already here. How you doing? Tonight we're going to be talking about filmmaking documentaries and shooting the shit. And I have a lot of traffic outside.
You always do.
And yeah, and yeah, that's it. Good night, everybody. No, Scott. Introduce yourself, guys.
Hello, my name is Scott. Tom has signed me to a predatory exclusive contract where I cannot even appear on my own channel anymore, only his.
Yeah.
So this is the only place to see me now.
Yeah.
My lawyers are working on it, but it probably is what it is. So
yeah, your channel.
Happy to be here, I guess.
Yeah. I'm Eli, and apparently,
Scott, as long as I allow it.
Yeah.
You'll be,
right.
Or
if I decide on your unhappiness, then that'll be over.
You'll maybe sit out the contract at home.
One phone call and you'll be unhappy. I control you.
Yeah. Too late. I already am.
Once you just accept
Eli,
it's not that bad.
Yeah, Eli, you have the backlight, so
yeah.
Depending on your angle, you're gonna be...
I know. It's terrible. It's terrible.
So if you like angle it so the light is not right behind you, that's gonna help.
There we go.
Okay, well, that's good enough, I guess. I'm the Suge Knight of when I hung Scott upside down out of that building and he got the message.
Yeah, I was there.
You were jealous of my dozens of subscribers. I understand.
Yeah,
I was there for that. God damn this thing! It's ultra bad today. Ultra bad. I give up.
We can't see you, Eli.
You can. It's just a shadowy shadow.
How can the viewer connect with you emotionally if they can't see your eyes?
Still haven't figured that part out yet.
How can they fall in love with you?
Maybe I don't want them to. Okay.
Well, fair.
Just James and Simon. Everyone else can fuck themselves.
Oh, can we get an update on Simon's package?
Oh yeah, that's I dropped it off behind some building and was just hoping that someone would do the right thing and mail it to the person it belongs to. That way I can get out of paying the shipping.
Hey, maybe.
Yeah, I left a note. Please send this. If found, please send it to recipient. I even filled out the customs form and everything for them, so it's not a lot of work you got to do. But yeah, no, we'll leave it there.
Did you enter the value? Like the value's 5 cents or whatever.
I entered the value as like $3,000, so when he gets it, he's gonna have to pay like $600.
$3,000 worth of DVD-Rs.
Yeah, they're rare. These are rarities. These are rarities. They're hard to find.
Priceless.
Tom, it was funny. I was just gonna mention this before I forget. It's not important or related to anything, but like, you know how we were talking about that Van Damme movie where it's like only the quest or whatever, only one person leaves, everyone else dies. So I was watching the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. There's a scene with Johnny Cage played by why do I always forget names as I'm about to say them? That cool guy, Carl Urban. So there's a scene where they're talking about the tournament, and they're like, yeah, every fight one man enters and one doesn't leave, and Carl Urban's like, fuck that. Reminded me of what you said about the Quest. You're like, why would anyone sign that contract?
Yeah.
It's like exactly what he says.
I like those odds.
Yeah.
There was a YouTuber who was like mostly like an MMA YouTuber, and who was the guy that Bloodsport was based on? Whatever his name is.
Was it an MMA fighter? Or?
Oh, Frank Dukes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, basically, there was an article where it was an interview with Frank Dukes about how the Kumite was a real thing that he won, and this YouTuber broke down the logistics of, basically explained how it was all bullshit, and because if you remember, like the end of the movie, it has all these stats. And he sort of broke down the logic of how ridiculous this would be if all this stuff was true and didn't make any sense. But I think like Frank Dukes, the real guy, tries to sue anybody that calls him a liar, so he had to shut down his YouTube channel.
Wow. All these decades later, he's still sore about it. Like,
well, that's his claim to fame, man. Like,
yeah,
you can't let that go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, my friend had seen it before me, and that was part of the selling point. He's like, "Yeah, and it's based on this real guy. He really did this." And then it was years later, I started reading about him, and it was like, "Oh, he's just a legendary bullshitter."
Like a Steven Seagal type, probably.
Yeah.
He's in.
Yeah, even beyond him.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe worse.
No, yeah, worse.
Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, because now I'm remembering, wasn't it like he was like a legendary street fighter? He'd been in hundreds of street fights. Or was that Lionheart? That might have been Lionheart, actually. Probably not based on a true story.
Yeah,
I remember him supposedly like some special forces guy or something.
Yeah, and that he lied and said he was like CIA or something.
Oh God, wasn't that how everyone did back then? Like, I'm fucking CIA, bro.
Yeah, and he
that's
claimed,
that's what I used to say to impress girls.
And he Frank Dukes claimed that in various Kumite tournaments in over a 5-year period, he had 329 matches.
No way.
So these are like fights borderline to the death.
And he didn't even have much time.
He killed 300 people.
And he was 329-0 over a 5-year period. Full contact, almost to the death.
The law of averages disputes that instantly.
And the funniest thing is, he said in a single tournament he had 56 consecutive knockouts.
No, consecutive. Oh my God.
Let's go.
Oh my God.
Man, he's tough.
Was he fighting fucking children or something?
So it was like one of the tournaments was supposed to be like a round robin tournament where he fought 56 guys and went undefeated.
Some Bruce Lee shit right there, like Bruce Lee movie shit, you know?
In one weekend, he had more matches than like a boxer has in their entire career.
Yeah.
Well, you can keep going through them when you're just knocking everyone out left and right.
That's true. One shot, one kill. Yeah, you can do a lot of those.
Yeah.
And then
he just got lucky.
He knocked out a guy in 0.12 seconds.
That's how fast the punches are. Poor guy didn't even see it coming. That guy doesn't actually remember that fight either.
And then he claims he had the fastest kick to end with a knockout, the fastest knockout kick. And it was clocked in at 72 miles per hour.
So there was like someone watching these fights with like a radar.
The baseball radar gun.
I was just thinking the baseball gun.
Yeah, this is all real. I believe all of this.
Dude, this guy rules. Why aren't there more movies about him?
Yeah. I need to get his book and actually read it.
Yeah, Simon, you're on point there. Nobody fights better than me. Nobody fights better than me.
But yeah, there was this YouTube video that it's not up there anymore where he breaks down if you have 56 knockouts in a round robin tournament, like how many fights there would have to be for that to be true.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You have to have like millions of fights.
Holy shit. Well, okay, so G1 just started. It's a round robin tournament. 10 guys in a group makes 45 matches. So you can go out from there. How many? Yeah, 100 guys. I don't know. To have 56 matches. Well, I guess if 56 matches, that'd be 57 guys, right?
I guess so.
Well, you would assume it would be at least 60 because they would do like an even number probably.
So did he just not fight some of the fights? Like, it doesn't add up. Strangely, I think his story might be bullshit.
Of course. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to add
Well,
up.
why would they have 57?
Listen,
Well,
I want to get out a piece of paper now and plot out a 57-man round robin tournament and see what it looks like.
Yeah,
It'd be a disaster, I'm sure, on paper.
like just imagine like the producer or whatever. Like, fuck, we have to.
I don't think I'm exaggerating that there are literally thousands of fights.
Yeah.
And there's no way that many people showed up to this tournament, and a tournament that nobody else probably remembers.
And how do you do round robin when somebody dies in every fight? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the body? Were they just burying him somewhere, like in a hole? Just throw him into
A lot of alternates in that tournament.
Yeah.
Like even the old UFC format where you have like the 8-person tournament.
Yeah.
Even that was like a disaster where people,
Yeah.
you'd
It
have to
didn't
have
work.
you'd have to have subs, and then people would go in like their leg half broken.
Yeah, I remember one of the early ones, like a sub won it because he
Yeah.
subbed into the final.
No, I think it happened a couple times. Yeah, old UFC was pretty cool. Like those, it was just so.
That was the real freak show. That was when it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember reading the story about, like, I won't drone on about this, but about that old fighter Don Fry. Do you guys remember that guy?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I was watching an interview with Mark Coleman, and he's talking about the first UFC tournament he was in, and yeah, he basically said the same thing. He's like, yeah, I beat all the guys, leading up to the last fight, which is me and Don Fry. And Don Fry, he's like, I walk out there, and Don Fry, the ref goes, "How are you feeling?" And Don Fry's like, both eyes were shut, and he's like, "I'm fine." And Mark Coleman's like, "What the fuck have I gotten myself into?" And he's like, "I think I'm gonna have to kill this guy. Like, he's not gonna quit."
Yeah, and then there was that one guy that they he was a shoot fighter.
Oh, Ken Shamrock, or
no, I forgot his name, but
Okay.
basically he was a pro wrestler doing shoot style pro wrestling. But then
Dan Severn.
No,
mustache
it's just
guy? Okay.
it's just some no name guy.
Oh, no name guy. Okay, yeah.
But they advertised him because the gimmick being, you have a wrestler versus a karate guy versus taekwondo, that you have these different disciplines fighting against each other to determine who the best discipline was.
Yeah.
And then one of the guys was a shoot fighter.
Yeah.
Which is shoot style pro wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
it's
but
basically like wrestling.
They sold it like he was a real fighter.
Some of those guys were good. Some of the shoot fighters were pretty good. I guess that's what Ken Shamrock started out as, but yeah, probably not. You know what my favorite part about early UFC is? It proved how wimpy karate is.
Yeah, that early gimmick of we're gonna see what style's the best, and it was before they knew, like, oh, it's jujitsu 1,000%. It's always jujitsu.
Always jujitsu. The wrestlers are pretty good, but yeah, the karate guys would come out and just like, no, and they just get fucking annihilated instantly.
The guys who can stand up and strike, nope.
Yeah, karate, taekwondo, yeah,
not
worthless.
CM Punk.
Worthless. Oh, CM Punk, yeah.
CM Punk.
Didn't he just get his ass kicked a bunch? And
those two fights were so bad, and
it was at the time I didn't hate him yet, so it kind of was sad. Now I laugh at them, but
he wasn't a piss baby yet.
I mean, he kind of was, but I hadn't realized it yet. I guess he kind of always has been.
I only saw the pictures of the results where he just looks like he got fucking smashed.
Well, the first one, he fought someone semi-legit and got owned, and then they basically gave him a tomato can for the second one, and he got embarrassed just as bad. So that was it.
Yeah,
they're like, they gave him the guy where like, you'll walk over this guy. Nope.
Yeah, they gave him Glass Joe, and Glass Joe fucking killed him too.
They gave him an MMA journalist who like trains on the side. And I'm not kidding. It was
just
like
the
a
shit out of him.
guy.
That's so cool. I don't know. I got to give the guy credit for trying, though. I don't know why people made fun of him so bad. It's like, at least he tried, kind of.
Well, that's kind of where his hypocrisy started showing to me, because it was, he would cry that all these part-timers would come into WWE and make all this money and not have to do the hard work. And then he left and went to UFC, and that's exactly what he did. If he didn't have a name from wrestling, obviously he fucking sucked. He would never have been there, but he got 2 chances just because of his name.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he got a shot that he didn't really deserve. Yeah, that's
right.
True.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah, it was just almost even surprising how bad he was, because you saw it more in the second fight, but like it was like worst case scenario in terms of his performance.
His face looked pretty bad. That's all I know. I seen the pictures. I'm like, oh, he's just bloody all over his body. Like he clearly got the snot fucking knocked out of his face. I'll have to watch it.
So then years later, when he was crying about when he fought Hangman Page, he was afraid Page was going to shoot on him. Like, well, yeah, I can see why I'd be afraid, because what the fuck would you do about it?
Yeah, that's what it's all about, is using the technique that your opponent might not be able to defend against. Simon, how dare you talk about our president? We'll have you deported, sir. I don't know. We'll get you deported to a country you don't live in.
I don't know how you get a foreign citizen put into Alcatraz, but I'm gonna look into it.
Apparently, I think that's the only people that are in.
Well, I mean, from in another country, if I can get him from England there.
Instead of deporting, it's importing.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say right now, it's doable. I'm just gonna promise you that.
Listen, I know people. I'm gonna talk to some people. I'm gonna see
if
what I can do.
If he doesn't pay his customs bill from this package, then he's
They're coming for you. Deported from a country that you were not.
Terrorist bitch.
I don't even know. I don't know if Simon's ever been to the U.S. even.
I would stay away. I would stay away.
He's not coming anytime soon, but maybe someday.
You have all of Europe to explore. I would start there.
I would
stay out.
Yeah. Start with the countries that you're at least somewhat safe in.
Yes, and stay out of Florida, especially if you don't like alligators, because you'll just especially like if you're in the Everglades and there's just an alligator on the side of the road.
It's a thing. I know. My brother used to live in Alabama. Yeah. He used to send me pictures of him holding little baby alligators and shit. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Fuck that.
Scott,
it's out of control there. I mean, yeah, I don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, we're not at liberty.
I said I was kind of exaggerating when I said that to impress girls. I was at a strip club once and was talking to one of the girls. And what do you do? I said, I work for the government. And she goes, what, do you work for the post office? And I was like, oh yeah. Like, she's heard that one before.
That's when you lie, I guess.
Oh no, it was too funny. I had to admit it.
She was sharp.
Post office janitor.
Listen, I dream of it. I dream of a janitorial position there.
Can't probably talk about it, Iran and North Korea are higher on my travel list. You heard about that guy that took like a tourist thing to North Korea, and then he was in a hotel and he went into the basement and then he stole a poster
Oh, what an idiot.
um in the basement, and there were security cameras, so they
Shit.
grabbed, and I think he was an American or maybe a Canadian, I can't remember,
Ugh.
but they
Clearly not a smart guy.
captured him and tortured him until he was a vegetable,
Oh my God.
and then he died while he was a vegetable. They
Jesus
basically
Christ.
they returned him to his family as a vegetable, and then he died like within a couple of years.
What the fuck? Was
For
there any
steal-
legal
for stealing a-
recourse
for
or
stealing a poster? No.
none?
I mean, we could nuke them, I guess, but other than that,
Yeah,
that does sound like an American crime, though.
it does. I mean, to be fair, that guy was a fucking idiot, but still, he didn't deserve that.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
because he went into like a spot of the hotel that said like employees only or something, and then he stole a poster or something.
He shouldn't have even been there to begin with in that country.
Yeah, it must have been like a sick Frank Frazetta. Maybe it was worth it. Maybe the poster was like just the sickest, like
Oh yeah,
Boris Vallejo oiled up booby lady.
Boris Vallejo poster.
even as a vegetable, he said he had no regrets.
Yeah,
Those were.
If I had a band, this would be on the side of it.
he used Morse code just to say that he had no regrets.
Yeah. Would you do it again? Yes, I would.
I'm guessing it was some like screwed up authoritarian looking poster he thought was funny, and that was like
that's what I was thinking. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh well.
All right, filmmaking documentaries. Are there any that you guys enjoy? We're going to be talking about Demon Lover Diary, which was my recommendation later, co-starring Ted Nugent briefly.
At near the end, yeah.
Yeah. But are there any that stand out that you guys enjoy?
I really liked. I mean, this only sort of counts, but I really like Jodorowsky's Dune.
Yeah. So a famous movie or one of the most famous unmade movies.
Oh yeah. Maybe the most. Yeah, maybe not the most, but yeah, top 5 probably. Yeah.
And I kind of agree with Red Letter Media talked about it, or they said that they're constantly blowing this unmade movie and saying how it would be the greatest movie of all time.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of overstated in the doc.
It is.
Like it could have just as easily been a giant mess.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like it very well could have been. He wanted it to be like 8 hours long. Like not many people are wanting a movie that's long, I guess, you know? I wouldn't think.
Yeah. But it's a super interesting doc, and they have all the sketches and stuff.
Yeah. And it I mean, yeah, it could have been amazing. Who knows? But yeah, like you said, we don't know that. We have no idea how it would have turned out. It would have been cool to see it though. No doubt about that. With AI, I imagine maybe someone will do it one day.
I'm going to admit to having no taste because I do not get Jodorowsky at all. Like I've watched the big movies and I'm like, I mean, I get it's trippy and weird, but it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I could see that. Not with you, but just with anyone, you know?
Yeah. And generally, I guess I'm a fan of El Topo and Holy Mountain.
Holy Mountain's probably like my favorite movie of all time. I fucking love that movie.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know how to explain, it's hard. I can't really explain why. Yeah. Other than, Holy Mountain is a movie that to me is just about religion in general and different aspects of religion.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jodorowsky's Dune, because I have a list of like 10 ones that picks that come to mind, and that was on my list.
Cool.
Of like ones that I would recommend.
What else you got?
Well, one of the most famous ones is Hearts of Darkness, the Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really great, and it's if you watch that, if you didn't know anything about Apocalypse Now and you watch the documentary, you might assume Apocalypse Now was a big piece of shit.
Wow.
Because it's kind of seems like, impossible that you would make a great movie out of that situation, but I think he did. Simon wasn't a fan of Holy Mountain.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not for everyone. I don't even know if I loved it on the first watch. I think it took me, but I was intrigued. I think it took me a couple.
Oh yeah, so that would be another one. The Island of Dr. Moreau, the Richard Stanley.
Oh yeah,
that was really good.
I haven't seen that. I would love to watch that.
Yeah, because at one point Richard Stanley he runs away from the movie and goes hides in the jungle or something.
Yeah, after he was fired, he didn't want to leave the island or whatever they were filming.
Yeah.
Kind of don't blame him. Sounds fun.
And Brando and Kilmer were just impossible to deal with, and you hear about just from other or stories on other movies that Kilmer and Brando were just completely assholes. That
and having both of them at the same time, it had to have been just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
I wonder if they clashed with each other. Even they had to have.
I don't remember that so much, but
I kind of miss that. I miss these like absolute wackos that but they were bankable movie stars, so they were allowed to get away with their bullshit. I feel like that's gone.
Probably is.
I mean, in a way, that's for the best, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like everything's way too safe and sanitized now, where you're not going to get these two freaking cokeheads on an island just fucking going nuts.
Yeah. Like who are the psycho actors nowadays? At least the ones that are good. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, by
a few, but
old reputation, you'd say Nicolas Cage, but I feel like it's now just kind of his persona now.
He's more level-headed. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
old and wise.
He's more psycho on camera.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of a,
Yeah, I think he's got I think Nick's always had a pretty solid reputation as not being a fucking psycho asshole.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure he had his moments in like the 80s or, when he was at the height of his fame maybe, but yeah.
I had Hearts of Darkness written down too, and it just made I can't think of it without laughing. It always brings me to Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst episode where they did the osteoporosis dance video. I don't know if you guys remember that. Mike said it's like Apocalypse Now, but with more heart attacks.
Was that Wheel of the Worst? Must have been a Wheel of the Worst. Yeah.
Because they're just fantasizing about all the old ladies dying in the middle of it and having to replace them. And sorry.
Yeah.
Tangent number one. It won't be the last.
No.
Yeah. One story like that comes to mind is Lawrence Tierney on Reservoir Dogs, where he was just impossible to work with. Like, you should look up just interviews with Tarantino where he talks about this. There was one point where he, in his hotel room, he just started shooting a gun at the wall for some reason.
Damn. Some rock star shit there.
Let me see if I can find like a story of.
Oh yeah, he was something. On the Reservoir Dogs DVD, Chris Penn has a whole story about. He was asking Lawrence Tierney about these old movies he was in, and he said, "Oh yeah, I got the tapes. Come over, we'll get them." And so he came over, and then Lawrence Tierney got in his car with like a suitcase, He's like, all right, let's go. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, aren't we going to your house? And he like came to his house and like stayed for like days, and he had to like kick him out.
He's got a reputation for being kind of a hard ass. Like he was in an episode of Seinfeld where he plays Elaine's dad, and even then they had the rumors behind that were like, yeah, he's an okay guy, but like he's just so old school and super stubborn. And then like, and also they're like, he also doesn't really understand humor because they didn't choose him. They chose him to be in Seinfeld because obviously someone was a fan. They didn't choose him for like his relatability. And I guess they're like, yeah, we'd make jokes, like behind the scenes and stuff. And then sometimes he would get mad because he didn't understand them. We'd have to explain the jokes to him, and he was kind of cool after that, actually. But like, yeah, I guess he was a really intense guy to work with, and I guess like the persona that he portrays in movies and stuff, like that's just how he is. Like he's just playing himself. That's what I've read.
Basically,
he's just this hard ass old man.
Yeah, I mean he's so fucking good in Reservoir Dogs, though. Like,
oh, it's worth it. Yeah, even if they had to beat him every line, it was worth it.
Yeah.
And as was Michael Madsen, who just recently passed away a couple weeks ago, I think.
Sad.
And the late Chris Penn as well.
Yeah, what the hell?
But yeah, here's I looked up a story where Tierney would basically just ignore Tarantino and anytime he tried to give him direction. And then so a weekend, he walked away one day from Tarantino, and then Tarantino grabbed Tierney's arm, and then Tierney shoved him, and then Tarantino yelled at Tierney saying, "Fuck you, you fat fuck. You're fucking fired. Take your fat fucking ass off my fucking set," to Lawrence Tierney.
Oof.
And the entire crew applauded because they hated working with Tierney so much. So then he fired him. Then Tierney was in his hotel room, and he tried to kill his Tierney tried to murder his nephew.
Jesus.
In his hotel room, he tried to shoot him with a shotgun, and he missed. And then like he
missed him with a shotgun. He's a good shot apparently too.
But he almost killed like the lady in the next room or something.
Holy shit.
But then so he went to jail for that for I guess a few days, but then
a few days.
Oh. Maybe, or was that yeah, he was released from jail to continue filming. So that he was fired and then tried to murder his nephew and then rehired while he was in jail. So they let him out of jail early, or like work release program to finish filming Reservoir Dogs.
So Tarantino really did want him he wanted him in the movie, obviously.
Well, they had already filmed for a week with him.
Yeah, that's true. You got to finish. Yeah.
So they would have had to hire somebody else and reshoot all that stuff. And that was a low. The budget for that movie was only like $1 million.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, no money to waste. I hear a kitty.
Yep. Oh, you gonna come over here, buddy? He's got a beautiful new haircut. If you want to show everybody.
Ooh, did he get a lion cut?
He got a lion cut, and we did his tail this time, so it's got like a poof on the end, like he's a Dr. Seuss character.
You got to do the tail poof. Yeah, that's mandatory. Yeah. Mandatory for me.
Oh, Jeff Burr. Okay, I was thinking it was Jeff Burr. You guys know Jeff Burr?
Yeah, director of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
Yeah. So he, around the time, or I think right at the time, they were making Reservoir Dogs. He was making a movie called Eddie Presley with Dwayne Whitaker as the star. Dwayne Whitaker was the other guy in the pawn shop, the bearded guy in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It's a strange like drama about it, of down on his luck Elvis impersonator.
Cool.
So this movie didn't go anywhere, but Tarantino and Bruce Campbell have cameos in it because I guess they're around at the same time and just were helping him out. And Lawrence Tierney is in it too. And there's footage on the DVD of Lawrence Tierney going, "Oh yeah, it's great to be on a professional set. I'm making this movie, these other fuckers, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing." And it's Reservoir Dogs. What he's talking about.
No, he was wrong.
Yeah. Eddie Presley's a decent movie though. It's worth seeing if you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'd never heard of it. I don't think.
No. Then I guess there's the Troll 2 documentary thing that I still haven't seen, but that's worth bringing up. What's the worst movie or whatever?
Best worst movie.
Yeah, that's best movie.
But I guess technically that wouldn't count because
the movie was made.
The movie is already made, so that's like a movie. That's close enough, I guess.
Yeah, a little different.
Because it's more about the fandom.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, from what I've seen.
I had a hard time with this because, yeah, most of the things I was thinking of were like DVD stuff.
But that counts,
right? Yeah. So I guess I brought this up before because I pulled this out, but Documented of the Dead that's on this set is a pretty great documentary, I think. From Roy Funches. Frumkus, sorry, on the set of Dawn of the Dead while they're making it. Not a lot of like full-length documentaries from that time, from like the 70s. So pretty interesting to see.
True, it's not as big of a thing as it is now, or the last 20 years.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I didn't think about that, but because I saw that quite a long time ago. But that's a really good making of, and it's just interesting how he shot it like he almost shot it like a super low budget movie. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of vibe I get from it. Like they just got off just tons of shots every day. It seems like. Yeah, I've seen Barfly, but I have not seen that making of that James is referencing.
Man, I haven't seen that in forever. I haven't seen it. I need to watch it. I think when I saw it, I think I was much too young to get anything out of it.
Yeah, another one. I just rewatched the first half of it, and there's a doc called Overnight. Have you guys seen this?
I don't think so.
Oh, the Boondock Saints guy.
The Boondock Saints.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even think of that one.
So I assume you've seen the whole thing. Or?
Yeah.
So this is. I know it came out on DVD at least, but the guy that the movie The Boondock Saints, Eli.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never seen the movie because I think I saw the documentary first and it made me want to never watch that movie.
Really? Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow. I guess I can't relate because I haven't seen that.
Oh, he's such a flaming asshole.
Really?
But this is so it's basically like I can't put into words like what a douchebag this director is. So
now I got to see this now.
He's a Boston douche named Troy Duffy, and he was working in an Irish bar in West Hollywood, and he wrote the script for Boondock Saints, and then somehow it ended up into the hands of Harvey Weinstein, the esteemed at the time, because Miramax was winning Oscars left and right.
Mm-hmm.
So he gave him like the biggest deal ever for a first-time filmmaker. They gave him a $15 million budget. Harvey agreed to buy him the bar that he worked at.
Damn.
and they got him he was also in a shitty band, and they got a record deal for his band.
Jesus Christ. Talk
And,
about
like,
being set up for success.
yeah. So basically
damn.
set up for life in Hollywood, and then in pre-production, he was such a douche that they canceled the entire deal.
Jesus.
And then like you've never seen anybody that thinks so highly of himself and then that hasn't done anything.
Such
Super
unearned
entitled.
confidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
And then like he's just constantly talking shit about everyone else, how untalented they are. Like there's a part where they're throwing names out, like casting potential, and then someone on the phone like mentions Keanu Reeves, and then he says something like, I will never work with that talentless piece of shit or something.
like
And
he's so
like,
above
he's saying
it,
that
you
about
know?
it, like any actor that's thrown out. He's like
A-list actors. Fuck that
then
guy.
he talks about himself, and he's like,
Jesus
you know,
Christ.
he talks about how he keeps talking about how talented he is, and like, you know, I'm one of the most talented guys in Hollywood. Like he'll literally just say that.
So this
And
went to his head really fucking fast.
Oh, yeah.
I think he was already, I think by the time like before he started the script, I think he thought this.
Yeah, I believe that.
But then he
I
eventually
can see why you wouldn't watch the movie now. Yeah. I saw the movie first, but seeing it overnight first, yeah, I wouldn't watch the movie either.
Damn. Wow. Yeah, I've seen the Boondock Saints a handful of times over the years. 5, 6
It's a fun
times at
movie.
least. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good movie. Yeah. A little overrated, but you know, it's good.
Part 2, on the other hand, I don't know if you've seen part 2.
No, I avoid those legacy sequels these days. They just almost never work.
Within 5 minutes, I was like, "Oh no, no!"
Same director, I assume. Same guy.
Yeah.
Oh, his big comeback.
when the main characters show up with beers that they didn't even buy from Spirit Halloween, they bought from like the discount Temu version of Spirit Halloween. Just like the most comically shitty theatrical beards, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is what we're doing." It didn't get any better after that.
or like in January when CVS has the 80% off Halloween stuff. Is that what you mean?
It's about it was about that level. Yeah.
It reminds me of that scene. Did you guys ever see that movie Super? The James Gunn film. Where Rainn Wilson is in the library and has that fake beard, and she's like, the librarian's like, "Why are you wearing a fake beard?" She's like, "I'm not. This is my beard."
Yes, Super was really good.
I'm a huge fan of the Super. I fucking love that movie. Probably one of my top like 10 favorite movies. Top 20 maybe. But I love it.
Wow. Yeah, it's Super and Holy Mountain. You're truly a unique individual. You know, I appreciate that. That's your Mount Rushmore cinema. Those, you know, it's not just Godfather and Gone with the Wind.
Nope.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another one I rewatched last night was the Alien 3 making of. It's basically a bunch of featurettes, but you can play them all in a row.
David Fincher, right? Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's another famous kind of disaster. I mean, I think the movie's pretty good, but it was kind of a disaster, I guess, the making of it.
Yeah, there's 2 different versions on the Alien Quadrilogy, that big box set, the DVD box set. But then if you get the Blu-ray box set, there's an extended version of that documentary.
Oh, cool. Good to
know. I think it's a little over 2 hours.
Wow. Yeah, I guess they fucked Fincher over pretty hard in that one.
Yeah, if you watch Alien 3, the theatrical version, and then there's the extended version.
The assembly cut? Is that what it is? Or
I don't know if it's an assembly. It's not an assembly cut. It's like it's like an extended version, but it's not a director's cut because Fincher didn't approve it.
Okay.
but whatever the longer cut. If you watch the theatrical and then the longer cut, you know, you probably, any of your questions of things that you think suck about the theatrical cut, like why did they cut this scene? Why did they cut that scene?
Yeah.
Why did they do this? Like it's all pretty much explained in the documentary that producers made Fincher do certain things that were
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
So it becomes clear watching the documentary that they just had a bunch of different producers forcing him to do this, that, and the other, or not letting him do this, or not giving him the money for this.
Yeah.
And it really reflected itself in the actual movie.
I remember him saying that like he almost quit being a director after that movie. He literally was was about ready to throw in the towel as a director. Like it was so bad for him.
Yeah, he I guess at the beginning of editing he basically quit. So he wasn't around because they edited for like a year and he wasn't around for any of it.
And he probably knew they were going to edit the shit out of it and it was not going to be what he wanted, so I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't need to be here for this, guys. Yeah.
But at one point Fincher grabs the boom mic from the guy and then he just like this and he goes he goes like Fox is run by a bunch of idiots.
Good for him, sticking up for himself.
That's a movie I really need to revisit. I've seen it one time in the theater. I
like it. I've always liked
17, I think, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, Aliens, Alien 3, let's fucking go!" And then it's like a very contained, like prison drama, personal story kind of thing, and I was so mad. I hated it.
Yeah, I get that. It's not one of my favorites, but I like it. I'm cool with it nowadays.
Yeah, it was the days before you didn't know. You know, you went to a theater. You heard about a movie and you saw a trailer and you went. You didn't know anything about. You know, you didn't hear any scuttlebutt about what kind of story it was. So I just had my expectations in a way different direction.
Which is fair. Yeah, why would you not have high expectations after Aliens, you know?
Yeah, and the original teaser, the tagline was, "On Earth, everyone can hear you scream."
Yeah.
So you imagine that the aliens running around Earth, and that was one of the ideas that they wanted to do, but it was too expensive. And they actually they had like developed two different versions of the movie before they settled on Fincher. So they had Rennie Harlin for a year. They were trying to develop either the On Earth story or the taking place on the alien planet. And then they were going to do like something that was more of a ripoff of Aliens. So then Rennie Harlin basically quit, saying I don't want to do just another. They would do it. I don't want to do an Aliens ripoff,
a rehash.
Yeah,
it was too much for Rennie Harlin's integrity.
Yeah.
I'm an artist. I have Adventures of Ford Fairlane to fall back on.
I made Nightmare on Elm Street 4, fuckers.
Yeah. In fairness, the way he explains it actually makes sense because he said that he's a huge fan of James Cameron and Ridley Scott, and he didn't want to rip them off.
Okay.
And then so they brought this guy Vincent Ward, a New Zealand director. He directed this movie called The Navigator. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this.
Yeah,
I feel like I've heard the name, but I don't know the movie.
Yeah, same here.
It's really interesting. It reminds me a bit of Time Bandits, but it's like a very serious thing where this kid during the Black Plague, he's trying to like find this wormhole to present day to escape the Black Plague.
That's pretty cool, actually.
And it does remind me of Time Bandits, but it's not comical the way Time Bandits is.
Yeah.
And then they hired him to develop his version of Alien 3. And on the documentary, it's really cool. They just have sketches of it, and he goes through and tells the entire story of what his version of Alien 3 would have been.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And it's like this it's basically, in the future there you have these monks that create their own wooden planet. They want it. They're sort of like a cross between like Quakers and monks. They're like tired of modern living, and they go make a wooden planet.
That would have been cool.
And then the Ridley crashes into the planet, and she has an alien inside of her. Well, there's an alien, and then she also has an alien inside of her. And then they like worship the xenomorph as a god, because it's like
being born out of Ridley, kind of.
They're intentionally, they're intentionally sort of reverting back to medieval times. So they have that sort of mentality.
I like it. I think that would have been cool.
And like visually, it looks like it would have been really cool. But
I don't mind the prison story, but yeah, I think that would have been slightly better, more open.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is they were developing that version of the movie, and they were building sets for the movie, and they set a release date, and then they just scrapped it and then hired David Fincher and just started writing a new script. So, and they started pre-production and then production without ever finishing the script. So they were writing the script as they were filming. And then Fincher had a bunch of producers and everybody, telling him what to do. And like it really had no chance to be great.
No.
Based on, how the production went.
Yeah. Sounds like it was kind of suffocated, really, though, from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, should Hollywood go out of business? It sounds like they should, maybe.
They've had their chances.
I've heard so many like very talented people say they can't believe a movie is ever even made, let alone that it's ever good, with all the horse shit and the notes and the jump through hoops and yeah.
A lot of people said that. Yeah, any movie that actually gets completed it's astonishing that it actually happened, because I guess almost every movie is just riddled with problems. I mean, it's bound to happen when you have so much shit to do, I guess. But I'm not a director.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a broad topic, but part of it with I mean, it's you have to have like a consistent vision or idea of what the movie is, because people throw out like a producer might throw out an idea that in a vacuum makes sense, but doesn't fit what this entire thing is.
Yeah.
Like we need people like romance in their movies, so we need to insert this girl that he likes, and it totally ruins the entire movie. But they're thinking just sort of
the audience might want this
in this narrow way.
Yeah.
But without thinking of the whole picture.
That sounds right.
It kind of makes sense based on the stakes, especially now when any big movie costs so much money. They want to hedge all their bets and be everything to everybody. And like with the romance thing, I think a lot of those things can just ruin a movie. But
there's an old Patton Oswalt bit too, where he talks about how he's like sold some scripts to Hollywood, and he's talking about how fucking hard it is, and like even after they do buy it, they want to make like 1 million changes to it, and like some shit that doesn't even make sense. He's like,
why did you?
Yeah, random call like, well, there's a chair in this scene. It's blue. We think it should be white. He's just like, I don't give a fuck. Just quit asking about these stupid changes.
This is a super old movie, but 8 Million Ways to Die with Jeff Bridges was based on a series, a private detective novel series They kept the name of the main character. They moved it from New York to LA. I believe he was still an alcoholic, which was a big part of the original character. So there's that. But other than that, they literally changed every part of the story to where it's like, okay, so you paid to make this movie about this novel. That, by the way, it sold okay, but it wasn't like some big blockbuster that like everyone was like clamoring for this book to be made into a movie. So you paid all this money to adapt this book, and you kept the main character's name, and that's it. Why didn't you just make your own fucking movie? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's stupid.
And another obscure one, I think it might have been re-released, or maybe it's one that you can't really find, but it's American Dreamer, the Dennis Hopper, the making of the Lost movie. I should look up if they've released that on Blu-ray or something. I have a bootleg of it. It's just Dennis Hopper doing drugs and then he's like turning into like Charles Manson, where he's trying to make a cult with these girls while filming this movie and just doing every drug imaginable and getting naked and just ranting about whatever.
Wow. I'd watch that.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Vinegar Syndrome put it out on Blu-ray.
Yeah, that sounds cool, actually.
But Lost Movie was like considered his disastrous follow-up to Easy Rider.
Mm.
And I kind of like the movie, sort of. But it just, watching this documentary, it's just wild that the movie even got made at all.
And so did this lead to his kind of downfall?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, because he eventually just became more of an actor.
Right. Because I remember when I didn't know who he was, but when Texas Chainsaw 2 came out, it was like, oh, Dennis Hopper's in it. Like, he's back. And I was like, who the fuck is that? But I didn't know if that period between Easy Rider and the mid 80s, he was like not doing anything.
Yeah, I can look at IMDb, but it was like Hoosiers was like a big comeback.
Okay, yeah.
Which I think it might have been before that, but
I think it might be after, but I wouldn't swear to it.
Or yeah, I don't know. Because Out of the Blue might have been his next movie, where it was like his career was a disaster. Yeah, because it was 1971 was the last movie, and then he directed Out of the Blue in 1980.
Okay.
So that was as a directorial comeback. But last movie was considered a disaster, and critics shredded it. And considering like Easy Rider was just a gigantic hit.
Yeah.
But if you want to see Dennis Hopper do drugs, American Dream is the movie for you.
Yeah, I do.
And another, have you ever seen that show Fishing with John?
No.
It's like a parody of, it's from like the late 90s. It's like a parody of a fishing reality show. So it's really ahead of its time, because it's like,
that sounds fun, actually.
99 or 2000, it's like a parody of reality television. And on one episode, Dennis Hopper's on an episode where they go fishing together, and it's really funny. And Dennis Hopper is just really quotable in it. And then there's I think the first episode is with Tom Waits, where they go fishing, and at one point Tom Waits, oh wait, was that I think it was that one where he pulls out a gun and starts shooting the fish.
Him and Dennis Hopper would be an interesting combination. Probably a
Yeah.
bad combination.
Yeah, and then he directed Colors, but basically, the last movie killed his directorial career, at least for a while, until he did Out of the Blue.
He was one of those actors, though. It was always kind of known for his, bad behavior, right? Like kind of unpredictability and.
I do not know of this, Simon. Fondle Corpse.
It's a band. Yeah, I remember Fondle Corpse, death metal band. They're cool. Razorback, one of those Razorback bands, if I remember correctly. So you already know what it sounds like, but it doesn't mean it's not good.
All right. Are there any other filmmaking docs you want to highlight, guys?
Think something that stuck out to me, I guess, was the Terminator 2 one, which I think was originally on the Laserdisc. I have the DVD with like the metal slipcase, but it's a very extensive making of that I thought was cool. Kind of, in the era where you didn't get those all the time, whereas now a lot of times I just skip those kind of things. But this was like a feature length, extensive making of that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and another reason why I highlighted the Alien 3 one is it's rare that the making of doc produced by the studio isn't like a circle jerk type of thing.
Yeah.
They're telling you how great it is. The Alien 3 is one that stands out because it's pretty critical of the studio, and even though they are producing the documentary.
More honest, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen it yet, but there's the that recent RoboCop documentary I wouldn't mind checking out too. RoboDoc, I think it's called. I'd like to watch that.
Is that just about the RoboCop fandom or something? I don't know what that is.
I can't remember. I heard it's good, and it might be a combination of things, but I think it's a making of plus other stuff too. But I've heard it's good, and I love RoboCop, so I'm down.
Oh, this is not on the Terminator 2 documentary, but I think it's funny, so I'm going to say it because it made me think of it. Linda Hamilton has a twin sister. I think she's fast, actually, but they brought her in for Terminator 2 for, I think, when the T-1000 was as her, so they had like two Linda Hamiltons. Anyway, she was on set, and apparently Arnold liked to get really handsy with Linda, like it was like a big joke to him, and she didn't mind. So he would like come up behind her and like grab her tits and like, oh Arnold, you kid. And he didn't know the twin sister was on set, so he did it to her, and she freaked out. And then the misunderstanding was cleared up, Three's Company style. I was like, oh, Arnold, it's just Arnold being Arnold. And it was told, I think Linda Hamilton told it on, a late night show or something, is like a funny story about the making of, like, oh, Arnold, can you believe him? Oh, what a crazy guy. You could say maybe we're too sensitive these days, but maybe things are a little better in some ways. Like the Star King just go around grabbing people's tits, and it's fine.
It sounds like an 80s sitcom plot.
Does.
Yep. And then you watch the what's that?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, then you see like the Arnold Party in Rio video, and you're like, all right, yeah. That's him. He likes the ladies, and if he might get a little handsy, that's just Arnold. That's just how Arnold is.
Scott, did you ever hear that the story about Kevin Smith where he's at some award show or something, and then like he's looking for his wife, and he goes on about some balcony or something, and he sees his wife kind of at the edge looking down or whatever, and he comes up behind her and puts his arms around her, and it's Liv Tyler.
Oh, Jesus.
I guess from behind, yeah, they have like the same color.
Yeah, long hair, yeah, right.
Hairstyle and yeah, same shape and everything. And yeah, it was Liv Tyler. She turned around like,
Yeah.
And I don't think they really knew each other either. So it wasn't like, oh, hey, buddy.
At least it wasn't. At least it wasn't a hair metal dude or something. That would have been super awkward.
It was Janie Lane's.
Wait, you're not even. Yeah.
Yeah. Not only are you not my wife, you're a dude. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, so we can talk about Demon Lover Diary if you want. I see you guys both watched it.
Yeah.
The quality is pretty horrible, but I don't know of a better version. I saw that sloppy sales or whatever. They sell,
do they have it?
Yeah, they sell a version of it, but I wonder if it's any better.
That's a good question. I know that they say that they always will, they use the best of what they can find. So I guess it depends on, is there a better transfer out there than the one?
Yeah, I don't, because like I've bought from them and I've been very happy, but then I bought like the Tom Green collection they have, and it's like somebody's 3rd gen VHS tapes. It's pretty bad. So yeah, I want to see some screenshots or something before I bought it.
Yeah, I wouldn't assume that would be the best quality. What you're talking about, that doesn't sound like it.
I was very surprised. Yeah.
So this is a Michigan film.
So proud.
So you get a lot of the Michigan, the old school Michigan accents.
And
Jackson, I'm like an hour and a half away from there.
Everybody talks like this, huh? Ooh.
And they at one point the director's like, I gotta go get some pop for the crew.
Some pop. Yeah. Go to Meijer and get some pop.
So this is the director's name is Joel, and Joel is a lady, and this is her.
One of the directors, I guess.
No, she's the only.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Actual director of this.
The director of the documentary.
Yeah. Sorry.
So she's the girlfriend of the DP, Jeff. This is Jeff. So one thing to keep in mind is that Jeff is working on this movie for free.
Yeah.
Probably 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I think they're just paying him to use his camera, maybe. Like they're renting his camera from him or giving him some money just to cover that.
I was confused because they go to Chicago to get the equipment, and I assumed that was the camera, but then he freaks out about like his own stuff getting messed up, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think they were getting lenses in Chicago, okay. But he's supplying the camera and some other gear.
Okay.
And then, so you have our 2 directors. This is Don. He's producer, and he calls himself director of the crew.
Yeah.
And so he mortgaged basically everything he has, his house, his car. He mortgaged his furniture.
Yeah, somehow.
And took out a bunch of loans as well to help fund this movie. And he's on, and his wife was not happy about this.
And he told like his day job, he told them like he's sick or something. So he's like on medical leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's on medical leave from his factory.
Jesus.
That he works at for a back injury. And then so he does an interview with the newspaper, like Detroit Free Press, I think. And then obviously his union finds out about him, and then they're trying to fire him. Because if he's on medical leave with a back injury, why is he doing a film shoot 16 hours a day?
Especially if he's like receiving benefits and shit from the state.
Yeah. And this is Don Jackson. And he actually, he died about 20 years ago, but he actually had a long career of making a bunch of super low budget, crappy movies. His one claim to fame is that he directed Hell Comes to Frogtown with Roddy Piper.
I like that one.
I was shocked when I looked into him and was like, holy shit, he did more movies?
Yeah.
I figured he died in Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, the movies he made, most of them are some of the worst movies ever made.
Really? Okay. His Zen filmmaking style didn't work for you, or what?
I will say he did. I think it was his next movie was like 10 years later, and it's called Rollerblade.
Yeah.
And it's and I have the VHS, and I do like that one a lot. It's shot in Super 8, and it's like a post-apocalyptic movie about a bunch of nuns that keep taking their clothes off.
As they do.
And they rollerblade around, so it's like Mad Max, but with rollerblading nuns that keep getting naked.
I just was reading about he hooked up with some like martial arts dude and who he keeps calling Doctor somebody, and they had some philosophy called Zen filmmaking where there's no script. And I didn't know if you'd seen any of those films. I guess
I've seen a couple. I've seen a couple, but the only one I liked was Rollerblade.
Okay.
So basically, you can see part of that in this documentary. Zen filmmaking is basically you show up to set and you don't know what you're doing, and you just make it up as you go.
Right.
And you make something crappy, and you piss everybody off. Because the major thing about super low budget filmmaking, in order to successfully make your days and make something worth the shit, you have to be very very structured, know exactly what you want, and be very organized for it to work out. And having worked on,
imagine you could show up to work and just fucking wing it, like
just what
the fuck? I don't get that at all.
Yeah. So that's the thing about this movie. It especially rings true if you've ever worked on low budget movie sets, where you really understand like what a disaster these guys are a part of. Because just having worked on movies where people don't know what we're shooting, nobody knows like what scene we're shooting, and they want to shoot they want to shoot 70 shots in that day, and they get 20 shots, and then so you have to have another 50 shots fit in the next day or something, like where it's just a total disaster. So that it really, like, to me, this movie is like, if you're a low budget cinematographer, this is like this is like The Exorcist to a Catholic housewife. Like this is like you're the most horrifying movie you'll ever watch. Because if you're a cinematographer on a low budget movie, to make it work, you need to know exactly what the director wants and have everything structured and laid out, the day laid out, and move quickly. And having a guy just saying, I don't like, what difference does it make if I know what I want? And all this stuff, like, just drive you insane.
Yeah, which it definitely becomes a problem with the crew, obviously. I can't believe this movie was made, though. I can't believe they did complete it somehow. Baffling to me.
Yeah, if you watch the finished movie, though, it's really padded because they didn't shoot probably most of what they wanted to shoot.
Oh yeah.
that girl wanders around the woods in her nightgown for like 30 minutes.
And this is the other director.
Oh fuck this
Jerry, guy, who's also the star of the movie, and the other part of it is, generally speaking, co-directing is a disaster unless you're the Coen brothers and you have the
your
same
brothers,
your brothers, and you have the same vision of what move or how to make movies, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, these guys are a disaster together. They do not. Yeah, not a good combo of directing combo.
This guy, well, as soon as you see the facial hair, you're like, fuck you.
Yeah, from the start, you're like, nobody does that. Come on, dude.
But as soon as he started talking, I was like, I swear I've known 20 guys exactly like this, the fat blowhard asshole who doesn't know anything but can't wait to tell you about how he knows everything. As soon as they walked in the room, he started talking. I was like, "Oh my god, this fucking guy!" Like, I don't know. I've had too many of this guy in my life, and it triggered me.
James referencing Rollerblade Warriors Taken by Force, which is a sequel to Rollerblade that he's seen and actually liked.
Okay. Like I'd be interested in watching one, but maybe not the whole thing. But checking it out.
You could try.
Yeah. So, and also he worked at the same factory that Don did, and he accidentally cut off his finger and got an $8,000 settlement so that he could then use that towards the movie. So this guy cut his finger off so he could star in a stupid movie.
Don did dispute that though later. He said that by the time they started, he'd already spent all the money on other shit and didn't actually contribute it.
But he claims he did. He brags about it.
He claims he did. He may still be alive. I don't know. I tried to look him up, and there was some like Detroit art article about him that he did some like concert posters and stuff in the '60s. I couldn't tell if he was still alive or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
I do believe he is wandering the streets of Detroit to this day.
Oh,
that's what I like to think.
I can't wait to meet him. I hope he still has that hair, that facial hair.
He sure does. He has to.
He's still missing a finger.
Yeah. He even claims that he lost a finger for this movie. He says it himself, so I don't know. He's a hero.
He's wandering the streets of Grand Rapids looking for his finger.
Yeah. To this day. To this day.
Does he tell stories about his 14-year-old girlfriend he put in the movie?
Yeah, I was going to mention that. Yeah, to me, it's clearly this guy thinks he's such a badass. Like he's going to star in this movie and get so much pussy. And that's a big problem with both of these guys. It's like the reason why they're making the movie is just out of ego, rather than like telling a story or some other reason. It's like the world is going to see them as talented badasses once this movie comes out.
Yeah, there's times where like the lines are blurred between ego and self-confidence, and sometimes you just can't tell which. It's pretty. It comes off to me as just, I don't want to say delirious, but like I don't know how people ever develop a mindset like that. I've always been baffled by it.
See, I thought I believe Don more. I feel like Don really, really wanted to make a movie and really believed he could do it.
He's confident. And then he's confident.
When it came down to it, he didn't really know what to do. And and then he's frantically trying to pay the cinematographer to basically direct it for him. But this fucking guy, no, fuck him.
They just didn't need him at all. But I guess, I don't know.
No,
he was even involved.
Maybe as an actor, but if you watch the finished film, he's basically playing himself, just like a pompous douche.
Yeah, he's got his dojo and.
Oh, his sweet karate scenes, yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna get so much pussy. I'm gonna be like Anton LaVey meets Bruce Lee.
Yeah, how'd that work for you? Not like that.
Oh, what was I? Oh, there, yeah, the interview with the Detroit Free Press. So going back to this idea of like the Coen brothers, like they'll have the same idea of what this movie is, the movie they're making. So in the interview with, in the interview, Don is saying like, "Oh yeah, we're making a masterpiece," and then Jerry says, "Oh, we're making junk."
Yep. I can't believe he said masterpiece. I was just like, he's so overly confident, but I mean, he's not, he's trying to be positive, I think, to keep the crew together at the same time. But it's like, did he really use the word masterpiece? What the fuck? That's
Well,
kind of delusional. I'm sorry. That's a little delusional.
Well, yeah, Don is, to me, he's just bullshitting to get his movie made.
He
You know,
is such a bullshitter.
He's telling people whatever they want to hear. Yeah.
But he's good at it. He delivers everything with confidence, and I'm sure of this.
And and they talk about like, oh, movies nowadays they all suck. We're gonna make something that's just nonstop action.
Yeah.
It like the best drive-in movie ever made. And the thing that I was thinking about rewatching this was like, Michigan filmmakers did kind of accomplish what these guys are claiming to, but that was Sam Raimi and his crew with Evil Dead.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, they're talking about as if they were making Evil Dead.
Yeah. Well, see, again, like Don, I think is a really sympathetic figure, and he's a promoter. He's trying to tell him, we spent years on this script to make it as good as we could, and this is gonna be a masterpiece. And then this Jerry fuck, he said, "Oh, this is a piece of junk we're just making just to get our name out there." And right after his partner is trying to hype the movie up, he's saying, "Oh yeah, this is some dumb piece of shit we're making to get to move on to the next level."
They're
and
not on the same page.
Fucking yeah, read the room, dick. That's not what we're doing. I'm sorry. This guy reminds me way too much of somebody I hate. That's why I can't stop going after him.
I understand that.
Yeah, and I forgot to further bring up American Movie earlier.
Yeah.
But to me, this is like the evil version of American Movie, where the two main guys in American Movie are super likable, and these guys much less so.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if I'm jumping ahead. I think this film has no heroes, though.
Yeah, I would agree. Actually, I would agree.
The makers of this film, I'm not that in love with either.
No.
Yeah, and then another side story is that there's this the sound guy, what is it, Mark or whatever? Yeah, Mark. He's trying to get with this 18-year-old actress who chain smokes and drops N-bombs.
Yes, she does.
Do you remember that part?
Well, she's the only girl in Jackson who wasn't married at 18, so
yeah,
he's got to jump on it.
In the rough.
That's right.
Hey,
she's not bad looking. Come on,
that's
for
a Jackson.
She's a Jackson 8.
Yeah.
But that's 8.5, but dropped down to an 8 with the N-word stuff.
Yeah. You got to take a half step away for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 1975. I mean, I don't know if that would drop it down that much, to be honest. I'm just trying to be real. I'm not judging it morally.
You don't exactly see a ton of her in this movie, though. She comes and goes pretty quick.
I forgot she was the one that did the M-bombs at that earlier scene.
She gets her throat slashed or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I will say now, I didn't get time to watch the actual movie, but so everything I know about the actual movie is through this. I assume those scenes are in the finished movie, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I will be watching it though. I'm bummed I didn't watch it before today, but I'm definitely now I have to, right? And after seeing this, I have to see what
I mean, you don't have to really.
Well, my curiosity, I'll probably regret it when I'm done, but like I need to see what happens, what they actually finished and what they didn't, for sure.
Yeah, the finished movie is not good, but there's a couple of fun parts to it. Like I guess
Couple
the
redeeming
ending.
qualities.
Yeah, but it's just very padded
Yeah.
because they didn't shoot anywhere near what they were planning to put
Hmm.
on footage.
Yeah.
Because there's like 10 minutes of just the teens drinking at the house that just goes nowhere.
Oh God, I hate that.
Yeah. And then so Ted Nugent shows up, and this is Ted.
Sounding like the same. Sounds the same back then as he does now. Like, hey guys, what are you doing, huh? You want some bullets? Like, even early Ted Nugent is just kind of a dork, I thought. To be fair, I feel like Ted back then actually did have a decent reputation as being like a friendly guy. So I guess I can give him that credit.
Yeah, the movie was released as Devil Master and Demon Lover on VHS. I do remember that.
Oh.
So James is referencing that.
Okay.
So when you have a disaster of a production, of a low budget film production,
yeah,
what's the one thing you can introduce into the equation to enliven?
I can't believe I ducked out for Uncle Ted.
I'll wait for Scott.
Okay, sorry. All right.
So Scott, can you hear me? So
Yeah.
if you have a low budget film production that's a complete disaster, and you need to give it some life, we need something. We need to inject something into it. What would you?
Some stability. Yeah. Some
what element would you add?
Credibility. Definitely Ted Nugent in 1975.
Not just Ted Nugent though.
His house.
But live ammunition.
Yes. Live ammo.
Always a good idea on a film set.
Animal heads everywhere.
So I was so disappointed they didn't go into like how the fuck did this happen? So was he between Amboy Dukes and his solo career here,
I think,
or
Tom,
what?
You know something about that, right? Why Ted was involved?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I knew he lived like in the Jackson area for many years, so I guess it makes sense that maybe that Jerry guy did concert posters and he might kind of know him.
Could be. Yeah.
But yeah, to just can we borrow some guns? Oh, sure. You want some live ammunition?
Yeah, even
too?
like, do you want hollow points? He asks them. Why would you need a hollow point on a movie set? You want something super deadly, so if someone does get shot, they're guaranteed to die from it.
It was so strange, and the way that what's her name, Joel, introduces we're going to see this. She says it sarcastically. This rock star, Ted Nugent.
Yeah, they don't explain. I don't think why or who knows him or why, right?
No, they don't. And then she's pointing the camera at the trophies on the wall and she's like, these are dead animals. Ew. And I was like, fuck you.
We've all seen it, I know.
I mean, that comes from me growing up in Michigan and my whole family being hunters. Like, I don't understand the revulsion of it because I've seen it since I was a little kid. But if you grew up in New York, you never seen that. I guess maybe it could freak you out. But it did kind of reinforce some of the things I thought about her making this movie.
Yeah, she definitely seemed
maybe not being the most reliable narrator.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I assume. I mean, obviously, I assume someone in the crew or someone involved with this just somehow knew Ted Nugent at least a little bit. But yeah, I wish they would have said. I wish they would have stated why the fuck he's here, other than they used his house.
Like, I mean, you know, he wasn't a solo star yet, but he was like a known musician, and I just can't imagine why he would invite these fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
I mean, all to his house. One of them has a freaking film camera she's running, and he's showing him guns. It's like, what is happening?
Yeah, it's.
I mean, he's got children. He's got little children there. What is he doing?
I'm gonna run to the bathroom. You can continue on speculating.
Talking about Ted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about Nugent. I have friends that do, but like, yeah, I guess how famous was he in '75? I don't even know.
I don't really know. He had his band, the Amboy Dukes,
late '60s, right? Mid late.
Yeah, late '60s into the '70s. And I think his first solo album, I might be able to grab it. I want to say it was like '75 or '6.
So his first solo album might not have even been out around when this.
So this might have been before that, yeah.
So pre super famous Ted.
Pre the height of his fame.
Yeah.
I can't reach it. It don't matter.
Is it the one with Stranglehold or? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a fucking good album, to be honest.
Yeah.
Derek St. John.
Yeah. I'm used to overlooking certain political beliefs, bands I like. So I'm not. I mean, Ted Nugent. I'm like, you know what? He did fucking Stranglehold. I don't fucking care. Whatever. He can say whatever he wants.
He wasn't always what he is now. Like in 1975, it wasn't like a taboo thing to like Ted Nugent. That probably didn't happen until really since the internet. Or early 2000s. So.
Well, I keep going back to my old pornography magazines, but again, it was like an old magazine with a Ted Nugent interview from like the late '70s, and it's like, yeah, he's kind of the same guy.
I'm sure he was. It just
the things he said are not as acceptable now as they were then. Yeah. So yeah, I would really like to know the story of how this happened. I was really hoping there'd be more exploration of that.
Yeah.
Maybe with
Google it, I'm sure, which I haven't thought about doing. Or maybe if you Googled what his connection was, maybe it's out there somewhere.
I'm hoping with my huge YouTube following, I can get an interview with him and ask him.
Well, you live in Michigan, and I think it's his.
He doesn't anymore.
It would be his duty to accept that.
He did the Whiplash Bash tour at the end of the year in Michigan for years, and I went to many of them, so I think he owes me.
He does. I wonder where he lives now. California.
I think he's in Texas.
Yeah, Texas makes sense. Maybe James knows. He lives in Texas. James, have you seen Ted Nugent wandering around?
Oh, James is in Texas. He must know him.
Small state, really. Small little tiny Texas.
Which is bigger than Texas. Bigger than most countries.
Texas is like what? 7 Michigans, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Michigan's not small, but yeah, Texas is another level.
I think it's one of the biggest states in the country, top like 3 or something. Fucking huge. Don't mess with Ted.
Yeah, and I don't. Yeah, that must have been Ted's first wife, because I remember when my dad got super into bow hunting in the '80s, and Ted was a big bow hunter. Yeah. So Ted Nugent had a magazine. My dad got the magazine, and he had a hot young wife in the '80s that I think I read later that when he met her, she was like 15.
Oh God. Back then, though, it was like you could just say shit like that.
It was a different time.
Back then, people didn't even try to hide things. They'd just be like, this is what I do. Or like pre-internet days where things would get spread like wildfire, of course.
So yeah, Tom, we were just speculating about how the fuck Ted Nugent ended up in this movie, but we have no answers.
Yeah, we plan on finding out someday.
That's why God invented Google.
Exactly. We will get to the bottom of this.
And so if you watch the the actual movie, there's a part where in the stairwell there's a giant Nazi flag.
Oh, you were telling me about that, and I thought it was in Ted's house, like in the documentary.
Oh no!
And I was like, I didn't
I didn't know he
know.
was that far right.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
No,
Is that in his
it's
house?
in the actual movie. So this is
Okay.
like this is a staircase. There's a gigantic swastika.
For what reason?
Well, that's my question.
Okay.
Is why?
Chinese mysticism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's the demon thing. They wanted to be like the demon's evil. How evil? He's so evil.
Well, is it you think the filmmakers put it up there? Like, what does that have to do with? You think it would be like a pentagram?
Yeah, I don't know. Are they that dopey that they just think, oh, it's evil, like a
I kind
pentagram?
of think so. I kind of think they're like,
or somebody had that already, so they have to make it.
I don't think they went out and bought that for the movie.
I mean, it looks. Yeah, I'm trying to look.
That's my question. Is that because all the you know, the moose heads and stuff, that was all
Ted's. Yeah.
left there. That's all Ted's.
Yeah. Oh God, that's
Oh, in that lodge, that was Ted.
poses an
Okay.
interesting question.
Oh, they shoot at his house.
I think so. Part of it.
Yeah,
right?
that was his house.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I didn't make the
like
connection.
His house
Okay.
was literally a part of the set.
So James
All right.
says, you know, maybe they're doing like a Charles Manson correlation.
Could be, yeah, because Manson, you know, played around with that imagery. Just mostly to be shocking, you know.
I don't know. Like, I gotta be honest. I put the actual movie on, and I
didn't care.
I may not have been paying the strictest amount of attention at all times, so I did miss this.
Yeah, the actual movie sounds pretty shitty. I'm still gonna watch it though.
Not as compelling.
I'm still gonna watch it. I might fast forward. I might scrub through it. But I have to at least see it with my eyeballs.
Yeah, there's a annoying guy that dresses like Frank Zappa.
Yeah, I thought at first he.
Yeah, I did see that guy.
At first he was Frank Zappa. I'm like, maybe Frank Zappa knows Ted Nugent, and then he invited him over. I doubt those two would get along, but
no.
I don't feel like they would be friends now.
No, I think they have different belief system.
Other than both treating women shabbily, I don't think they have much in common.
Well, back then, I think some men did bond.
That's the one thing that
shit.
unites real men.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Nazis and commies have one thing in common.
Bitches ain't shit.
And you guys want to talk about the ending? So Jerry, even though
totally real.
Jerry, poor Jerry.
Jerry complains about the lighting, even though he doesn't know anything about lighting, and he's supposed to only be directing the actors. And then Don flips out.
Overstepping your bounds, bro.
And then the crew leaves with all their gear, and apparently Don or Jerry starts shooting at them. And then they're trying to murder them.
I believe Blair Witch way more than that.
Yeah, but it was cool.
I don't.
You know, Scott mentioned that there's no heroes in this movie. I would say the only guy that I found kind of likable was I kind of didn't mind the lighting guy. I did have some sympathy for him.
He just wanted his Jackson 8.
He was there, you know, to do a favor, and he felt like, you know, he did have some integrity, and he could see that the movie was a piece of shit, and like he wasn't even for free. He wasn't super happy to be part of it, because I think he was cool with working on the movie, but he thought it would at least be like a real movie, and I could feel his like disillusionment and his disappointment.
That ending, I was like, fuck off. No way. They're trying to kill you, really. And you're
Yeah.
and you're running your fucking giant film camera while you're running away.
True.
And then like they're at the truck stop, like, oh, they're following us. Oh, is this them? Like, come on. These two goofs from Jackson, Michigan. Are you kidding me?
But do you think a gun was fired? But what if a gun accidentally went off and then Joel, the filmmaker, just wrongly assumed that they were after them?
I mean that is also a possibility. I didn't. She annoyed me so much. I was just like, by that time, I was like, fuck you.
It's real to me, damn it.
It's real.
Did they claim that it was real, or were they? What do you think?
They don't really say, but it's, you know, you get the 20 seconds of them running and there's a gunshot, and then them cowering in a truck stop, claiming that every truck coming was a car full of assassins to kill them, from Don and Jerry. And then like her 10 minutes of filming kids playing with a box in the backyard and explaining how everything was fucked, and I don't know. She just struck me as an arty fuck that I hated. So, and what did she do after this? She did like another kind of documentary, and that's it, right?
Yeah, she did I think it's called 17. I haven't seen that. She did work on that the Depeche Mode 101 documentary. I don't know if you've seen that.
No.
It's like various fans follow Depeche Mode around on the Music for the Masses tour, and it's a documentary about that tour and the Depeche Mode fans. And I guess she was like a camera op or something on that. She worked on it to some degree.
Okay. And it's probably, some of it is maybe defensive. Like, there was a big tone of, were these sophisticated New Yorkers going to fucking bumfuck Michigan and kind of snickering at them. And so I kind of didn't like her and him from the start. So there's that. That's my prejudice of, like, fuck you guys. What? Who are you?
I know. You're not stars. You haven't earned the snootiness yet. You know, you can't just have it right away.
Like, I could drive to Jackson right now and find people to make fun of. Like, so what? Like, I'm so above them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's different when you're not from there, or when you are from there. You're allowed to make fun of the locals when you live there.
Right.
You're just, when you come through and you're just like, I'm better than everyone in this town. You know, yeah, fuck that.
I mean, they use the term pop. How can you not make fun of them?
Yeah.
It is pop. Are you soda elitist? Fuck you.
Fago rock and rye.
Soda.
Is that the name of it?
Yeah. What about it? You want to fight about it?
Good. Because my mom was born in Michigan, so I've been to.
Okay.
My grandparents used to have a beach house in Caseville.
I don't even know where that is.
I don't know where stuff is in Michigan. You know, I've been to Grand Rapids and Caseville, and then my mom grew up in Rochester, but I don't know where stuff is in relation.
Me either.
I would guess your mom grew up in Rochester, so Caseville must be to the east. When I'm in the west, so I wouldn't know that. But
I can look
Rochester, Michigan. Is there a Rochester in Michigan, or is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, she went to the same high school that Madonna went to.
Oh my gosh!
Sick. I didn't know.
Did she have hairy armpits then too?
I'm sure she did.
But she was Madonna, so nobody complains.
This is exciting. Me looking at a map.
Well,
so Madonna's from Michigan?
From Rochester.
Yeah, is that true? Oh, what the? I had no idea.
Okay. Or as we say over here, Detroit, because on the west side of the state, it's like to the east side, there's Rochester, there's Royal Oak, there's Sterling Heights. It's all Detroit to us. Fuck that. It's all Detroit. All the east side is Detroit.
Because it kind of bleeds into each other type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're only calling it different things because that's what the state decided to do. But all
like if you live over there, that's important. But to us, it's like it's all Detroit, whatever.
Yeah, totally. I think every big city has that. It's got the suburbs, all the surrounding area. It's basically still the same city.
Right, like Chicago too. There's it's like a 50-mile radius, and they all have different names, but it's all Chicago, whatever.
Yeah.
So Scott, do you see that? That's Caseville.
Oh, way up there. Okay, yeah, I see it. Okay,
the water.
Cool, nice.
Right on the water. Look at that. Right on the water.
Oh, it's a beach house.
I didn't know you were from aristocracy. Freaking lake houses. Come on.
Yeah.
I know you're a fancy boy.
I don't even know. I don't think I've ever even met someone that owns a lake house.
I
hear about them. I hear that they Can you imagine the fucking spoiledness of to have that's just my lake house. I have this house that I use it for like a day a year.
I go there for a week a year, whatever. Tom the 1%.
That was their permanent house, was just on the beach.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty,
you said lake
awesome.
house, so I assumed. Yeah. Hell yeah.
But they died, so a long time ago.
Yeah, they had that coming.
That's true.
Shouldn't have been born.
And I mean, they're living.
Wow, that was harsh.
they're living in. They're living in Michigan, I mean, it's coming at some point.
Yeah, I mean, they're drinking that Flint water probably.
Yeah, or getting shot or something.
I love how everyone in the U.S. that's what they know about Michigan is like the shittiness of Flint.
Flint, yeah.
Flint.
I mean, it's been since what Roger and Me. What was that? 86, 7, and it was shitty before that. So, yeah.
Question is, Scott, is Flint as shitty as they say, or as we say, that people have never been there?
There is a club there called the Machine Shop that I've been to a few times, and where it is fine. That's all I know about Flint. I don't drive around and explore Flint, but
fair.
It has a Flint address, and it's fine. That's all I can say.
Well, I've heard Detroit is, for the last 20 years or so, I've heard it's slowly coming back. So good for them. It's not as
anywhere you want to go. Yeah. Don't go too far the wrong way.
Yeah, but I've seen some little mini documentaries about the people. There's some good people there for sure. It's cool to see that it's it's not as shitty as it was 25 years ago. Hashtag save Detroit.
Let's hear it for casino gentrification.
Yeah.
All right. Any final thoughts about Demon Lover Diary?
I liked it.
No.
It was cool.
I'm going to be working on that Ted Nugent interview so we can get to the bottom of this.
Only Ted holds the secrets that we need.
We might have to listen to 45 minutes, but I think it'll be worth
it. He might ramble on about where the other coronaviruses were, the other 18 coronaviruses.
1 through 18, yes. We might have to hear about them, but
he's probably still harping on that.
You mean the libtard flu?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, the beer flu.
Because we know who was, George Soros.
It's all George Soros ultimately.
Yeah. This guy. He's pretty busy for an old man. He's just going around everywhere
and just spending money on random things.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about my Ted Nugent tattoo, so I thought I should reveal what I got. I mean, there are a lot of great nuggets of wisdom from Ted Nugent that I could get tattooed on my body, but I decided my favorite one was I can make a pussy purr with the stroke of my hand. So that was the tattoo I got.
I can make a pussy purr with the stroke of my hand. Yeah.
It's timeless.
It is.
It appeals to all parties. I'm a unifier.
My favorite Ted Nugent quote, got it from some pussy next door.
I mean, that's also a good one. Yeah.
He banging his neighbor, and he got an STD. That's how manly Ted is. He doesn't have to go far to get laid. He's banging his neighbors.
I mean,
ballsy move to bang your neighbor. We all know.
Walk out the door and look around, see what's available.
Yeah.
Guys, this is super random, but I just want to throw this out there. Are you guys familiar with this show, Mary Hartman?
No.
I know of it. I haven't watched it before.
I am obsessed. It is so weird. I don't know how it got on TV. I mean, Norman Lear was behind it, so I get, obviously he had a track record, but this was a nightly soap opera, 5 nights a week for like a year and a half. And it's just so strange. I don't know, but I also find it comforting. It's very weird.
I like the idea of a nightly soap opera instead of the daily, so that's pretty cool. Yeah,
I think it was like up against Carson or something. It was syndicated in like '76. But for just to let you know the tone of it, the first episode, the Mary Hartman, our heroine, she's a housewife and she's mopping her floor and she notices a waxy yellow buildup on her floor, which does not make her happy. And then the neighbor comes in and says, "Oh my gosh, the Lombardis, two streets over, they were all murdered. The parents, 3 children, 2 goats, and 8 chickens. So a mass murderer came and killed them all." And she's like, kind of concerned, but is kind of more concerned about her floor. And so that's kind of the tone of it. It's just kind of like off, like Twin Peaks before Twin Peaks, I guess.
I'd watch that. Like,
yeah,
like an unintentional Twin Peaks. They probably didn't mean for it to be so weird.
It is intentional. Like, it's supposed to be like commenting on like consumer culture, and like she's super obsessed with like, she's more worried about her floor wax than what's going on in the world around her.
So it's like an art film-esque.
Yeah, it's so. That's what is so fascinating about it to me. Is like, I don't know who signed up and said, "Yeah, let's make this show" in like the mid '70s.
They probably thought it was really bold and pushing the boundaries a little bit.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm there's like 300 some episodes. I'm only on like 20 something, but so far I'm super into it. So
wow, that's cool.
And if you've heard of Fernwood Tonight, the talk show that Martin Mull hosted in the '70s, it's a spin-off of this. Fernwood is the town that takes place in. So
there's cool
like
too.
Characters that cross over.
Some deep lore. I like that.
Well, I want to end with discussion of American movie.
Okay.
You've seen it? Any favorite parts or aspects to American movie? Obviously, it's the documentary of filmmaker Mark Borchardt in Milwaukee, making 2 low-budget movies, a short and a feature.
What feature did he make?
Yeah.
He's making what is it called? He's making the Coven is the short, and he's making Coven to pay for his feature film to finish his feature film, because he thinks so. It's sort of similar to Demon Lover Diary in that let's make this commercial satanic film to launch our careers, kind of thing.
Right.
He wants to, but he's wants to ultimately make like a more of an art house movie.
I like his like business proposal in American movie where he's like laying out like, okay, we're gonna make this movie and we're gonna sell it for $20 on VHS, and we're gonna sell 30,000 copies, and Here's how much money we're gonna make. Let's go.
Yeah, it's that easy. It's that easy. You just put out a
This-
movie. Everyone.
This
will buy
random
it.
asshole just putting out a movie, a short to boot. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it actually. I still need to.
American movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's highly recommended. So his friend Mike Shank, who's in the movie, who recently passed away, I think in the past year.
R.I.P. Mike Shank.
Yeah. So his brain was fried because he dropped acid, but apparently it was laced with PCP, and he
Apparently, you can't do those at the same time. Is that?
apparently not.
Okay.
But like it fried his brain, so
Ouch.
he talks in an odd way. Because he went brain dead for a little bit. And apparently that's bad for you.
As is PCP, from what I've heard. Very not good thing to try.
He's a very gentle, slow adult, is how he comes across in this movie. Yeah.
And he does a sick acoustic cover of Metallica's "Fight Fire with Fire" on the soundtrack.
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
That is pretty awesome.
But in the 2000s, I think it was on the American Movie website. Mike Shank actually posted his phone number, and with a blurb like, "Hey, give me a call. I'm into metal and I'm into movies or whatever." And you could call me. He just lived in his mom's basement. But I remember trying to. I worked at a video store, and I remember like while we were working, we tried calling him, but it just kept ringing.
Oh, bummer. Back
But
before the days of like having an answering machine and shit, phones would just ring sometimes forever.
But I
He
heard
probably
like,
plugged it, right?
I heard like people would call him, and he would just chat with them.
Damn, you should have kept trying.
But I think my favorite line in an American movie is when Mark is super amped up about running auditions, and then they show the audition. It's not going very well, and right afterwards he says, "They're making a mockery of my words." And then there's another speech he's because he works at a like a cemetery, and then he talks. Awesome. He gives a speech about how he likes cemeteries because it's like you're surrounded by people, but they're not yelling at you. He's like
I get about, that like, too.
Like he's got kids with his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend or whatever, and
poor guy. He sounds like a very beaten down dude.
He's that's part of the movie is that he's struggling, but he's super optimistic.
Oh, okay. Kind of like what we just saw, you know.
Well, he's like the nicer version of that Jerry guy who he's kind of a blowhard, but he actually has like some humanity to him where you can like
likable person.
He's a little likable, yeah.
He's a very likable blowhard, but he is kind of a bullshitter in terms of getting people to fund his help fund his movies and telling him how great it's going to be and et cetera, et cetera.
Overselling it.
And my memory is horrible, but they did it so many times. His grandpa do it. It's all right. It's okay. Jesus told me so.
They did like 35 takes or something,
and they show them all.
and that's he has no money. He has all these bills to pay, and they're shooting on 16 millimeter film. So that's every second is burning money for every take.
But Grandpa's paying for it, so he's got to get it right.
Well, actually, that's not true because they're doing ADR for that bit, so they're not rolling film; they're just rolling the.
Oh, okay.
So.
I'll comment on Simon's comment about a kid he went to school with who did acid for 2 weeks. There's I don't know if you guys know about the comedian Steve Hughes. Like he's been in some metal bands and stuff. He's pretty awesome. But
the Slaughter Lord guy.
Yeah, he's got a bit about that. Where he's talking about doing acid when him and his him and his friends were younger, and then one guy was like, he's talking about how some people are just bad at drugs, and he's like, one guy was like, "This is awesome. We could do this every day." He's like, "No, you can't." He's like, "It's acid, man. It's not for every day."
And he did, and we never saw him again.
Yeah. Then he compares acid to anal sex. He's like, acid's like anal sex. It's not for every day. Anal sex will ruin your ass, and acid will ruin your mind. Yeah, I think he basically did say that. He's like, yeah, that guy is nowhere to be found these days. the guy that thought acid was a daily thing.
I've never looked up his comedy. I've always been curious to, but
Oh, dude, it's so good. He has 2 comedy albums. They're both. I've listened to the shit out of him. He's kind of like the modern Australian Bill Hicks, that's
cool. That's cool. Yeah.
You could tell he's drawn from the Bill Hicks, George Carlin well of ideas. Yeah, very outspoken on things. And one of my favorite bits of his is where he talks about how one time a reporter tried to smear him he did an interview, and as happens sometimes, the reporter literally cherry picked from the shit that he said and like put together sentences that he didn't say. So basically this reporter called him anti-Semitic, which if you read, you'll never find. I mean, I've been a fan of his for years, and I've never heard him say anything like that. But anyways, his response was, I'm anti-Semitic. He's like, I own the Seinfeld box set. But yeah, definitely look into his like 2 albums are really good.
What's his name again?
Steve Hughes.
Steve Hughes. Okay.
Yeah, he was in Slaughterlord and Nazul, the Australian black metal band.
Oh, okay. I know Nazul.
Yeah, he was in those bands, and he's done a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, it's surprisingly good comedian, I think. I've already told Simon about him the other day, actually, because he makes fun of England at times.
I can show this record. This is James was asking about it. Fiona, Beyond the Pale. It's not Olivia Rodrigo, but it has an awesome cat. Check out the cat.
That's a great photo. I like that. That's cool.
Is this a new album?
No.
I say it looked old, but I didn't know if it was like a retro type deal.
Yeah, I was thinking the same
86,
thing.
I think.
Okay.
Do you know Fiona?
No.
Fiona Apple is the only one I know.
She stars in a movie with Bob Dylan.
Okay, I've not dove into Bob's film career.
A very, very bad movie. I can. It only came out on VHS, so it was like a $20 million movie that went direct to VHS.
Ooh,
that doesn't sound promising.
No, they did not make their money back.
No. I mean, I love Bob Dylan, but they're not all. It's not all gold. He's unspeakably terrible in this movie, and drunk, and drunk the entire time.
Well,
that's kind of awesome. I like it.
I mean, is this who? Now describe this Fiona. Is she like a Pop-Tart, or what is she?
She's like a more AOR version of Pat Benatar.
Okay,
that would work. That could work.
Does she look as good in short shorts as like Sabrina Carpenter?
No.
Yeah, fuck that then.
It's about the music, please, Scott.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
So I think we'll close up shop. I wanted to get out at 2 hours, but there was also another exchange in American movie where Mike Shank is destroying a car with a baseball bat. I think they're recording Foley at that point from one of the scenes, and then Mark goes like, "Hey, Mike, it's pretty cathartic, isn't it?" And then Mike goes, "Oh, totally." And then Mark goes, "Do you know what the word cathartic means?" And Mike goes, "I have no idea." and then Mark explained to him, "It means like you're getting something out of your system." And then Mike goes, "Oh, dude, totally cathartic." Whatever that exchange is, I guess it's just totally dry because Mike doesn't realize that he's funny. He just
Yeah.
very very honest and dry. But it's almost like a just a comedy bit.
I have done that before, where I'm like, yeah, totally, that's totally cathartic, or a different word. Yeah, not today, but yeah, I've done it before.
All right, I think we'll call it. Do you guys have any final thoughts?
No, it was a cool movie. I'll watch the original or scrub through it, but I liked watching the making of a movie that I never saw before.
Yeah, I'm not sure why there's not a good version of it. I mean, there's probably it's only just played in a few screenings, really, in terms of like a legitimate version. But there's music on the soundtrack that I'm sure they can't afford to clear. There's Pink Floyd Money at one point.
Yep, they're listening to that early on in the that room. Yeah,
and then I wonder if Ted Nugent signed any clearances because normally you would have him sign a clearance to appear in the movie and also a clearance for his house to be able to film in his house.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it might be a movie that never legitimately comes out because they don't legally have the clearances to be able to put it out.
Yeah.
It would seem like with the absolute dreck that is released now, that if it could be released, it would have been.
True. Vinegar Syndrome could have put that out easily.
Yeah. All right. James and Simon, thank you. You're the best. Hail Satan. And next week, do you guys want to talk about women in prison movies?
Sure.
The genre?
Sure, I got a couple.
Sure. I think I'm tentatively good for next week. I'm pretty sure. So.
Okay. Did you know, Scott, that there's a woman in prison movie where the women are forced to wear sexy lingerie?
The hell you say?
I'd have never guessed.
Have you seen Caged?
That seems completely implausible.
Have you seen Caged Fury with Eric Estrada?
Well, who hasn't?
I haven't seen that.
Serious.
I'm pretty new to the women in prison stuff. Actually, I had no interest in it for the longest time. I'm like, that sounds dumb, but I have since then picked up a couple of titles. So,
a guy is breaking into a women's prison, headed by an evil lesbian warden, to save his sister from a prison where the uniform is sexy lingerie.
I think you guys have actually brought that one up before. I remember the Eric Estrada connection. So
I think that was a different.
Was it? It could have been back when we were talking about the one women in prison movie that
I think that was maybe. I think I did reference Reformed Schoolgirls.
Oh, that was probably. Is he in that too, Eric Estrada?
No.
Oh, okay. I just remember I remember an Eric Estrada prison movie.
I'm embarrassed for you, Eli. How dare you?
I'll watch it. I'm an Eric Estrada fan. If someone could be one, possibly, I'd watch it.
And there's a dude that is like a knockoff of the Dalton character from Roadhouse. So he's like a
Patrick Swayze wannabe.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Caged Fury is my recommendation. Caged Fury with Eric Estrada. Women in prison movie. It at least came out on DVD, but I have a DVD of it. I'll send you guys a copy. James,
it seems like it'd be on Tubi, right?
You would think.
Maybe. Yeah, I've seen several of the Jess Franco women in prison movies, but
that's almost all I've seen is the Jess Franco
I couldn't
stuff.
tell you which is which.
Yeah, that's almost all I've seen, minus one or two others. This is this. How many did he do? How many do you think? Would you guess?
At least 5.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I feel like I've seen
100.
4,
possibly 20.
Yeah.
or 1,000, but minimum 5.
Yeah. Anywhere from 5 to 1,000.
All right. Thank you. Next week, women in prison films. Only the finest in artistic entertainment.
Integrity.
Thank you, Scott and Eli. This was fun. Thank you, Simon. Thank you, James, again. Appreciate it. And we'll see everybody next week. Same time, probably 6 p.m.